CPS, you ain't no savior, more like a fraud in a folder. Hiding behind Title IV, snatching kids like it's over. Federal dollars flowing, incentives got you bolder. No more kings, no more crowns, time to expose the folder. Listen up, CPS, grab your policies, babies crying in the system. Title IV checks coming, got you acting like a villain. Ranting on your reports, fabricating narratives. Random feds knocking on doors, but the real crime is how you abandon. You take kids for profit, federal funding got you stacking tall. Termination petitions, parental rights about to fall. False allegations, no due process, just your word against mine. Title IV money train rolling, destroying families line by line. You say best interest of the child, but the stats tell a different tale. Kids lost in the system, trauma piled on without fail. Kinship care denied, strangers get the Title IV pay, while real parents fight in court just to see another day. No kings, no crowns, no CPS overlord. Title IV funding got the system pulling strings for rewards. We ain't stopping till the corruption gets exposed. Parental rights restored, watch the whole machine implode. No kings, no more. Time to fight back hard. CPS Title IV scams leaving families scarred. Truth hits harder than your fabricated reports. We keep fighting till the system falls apart. Yo, caseworkers playing God with your federal incentives clear. Title IV dollars for every kid that disappears. Reunification rates dropping while your bonuses appear. Families torn apart while you claim the moral high ground. Here investigations biased, evidence twisted like a noose. Court hearings rigged, judges trusting you without no proof. You target the poor, the disabled, single moms in despair. Title IV funding pipeline keeps the nightmare in the air. You say protect the children, but the data shows the opposite. Higher rates of abuse inside the system you profit from. Ironic, foster parents failing kids, bouncing home to home, while real parents get silenced, left fighting all alone. This ain't protection, this is a business with federal grants. Title IV money funding every chance. No oversight real, no accountability in sight. Parents united now, we taking back our rights. No kings, no crowns, no more CPS control. Title IV pipeline drying up, watch the system fold. We ain't stopping, no more silent suffering. Parental rights forever, hear the people thundering. Kings, no kings.
We the people of the United States have the right to bear.
CPS victim, need a hero, need a hero. CPS victim, need a hero, need a hero. Let me break it down for you one time. CPA snatching kids is a crime. We need a punisher, the one and only kind, exposing their corruption, their demise. Families in distress, who do they turn to? We need the punisher to do what he do. I think the time is now, the time is overdue. If you're a CPA's victim, then this song is for you. CPS victim, need a hero, need a hero. CPS victim, need a hero, need a hero. Someone to expose the corruption, stop the abduction, stop the destruction. CPA's punishment is the function. When they snatch the kids, it's disgusting. For the victims, we stand. Bring back the family, bring back the fam. I hope you understand, a CPS victim needs a helping hand.
What's up, everybody? This is CPS Punisher, and this is live your breaking news tonight. We don't have anything for the breaking news, but what we do have is Becca and I going to go around the nation, around the newsroom, and see Mr. Justin Harley already stood and already telling us that we've got news to break. Justin, more corruption in Ohio. That's where Becca's from, right, Becca?
Yep, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, Becca's got more. Becca's from Ohio, so of course there's corruption there. I don't understand. Well, I guess they say that it's Ohio because they're the hub of the universe, right? I guess for
Or the heart of America. I told you that.
Or you're also the entrance to the Mason-Dixon, right? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
Isn't Ohio like the entrance to the South too? Like the start of the South?
It starts it's literally the divider or something like that. I don't know. I don't pay no attention.
My peeps
I just
in
know
Ohio.
I always said we were the heart of America. And you told me I was wrong. So
And I was right, as usual. So anyway, back in the range. So Ohio has some serious corruption, but do they offset the corruption with valiant efforts to correct it? That's the question, Becca. Is this true? Is it not true?
it's
what's
100%
your thought on
true.
that?
It's 100% true. I mean, I'm literally in a different county than him. He's actually north of me. So I'm in the southern part of the state, southwestern part of the state. So, but he's in the northern part, and which I believe he's in northwestern. And it's the same here. I mean, the magistrates, the judges, they do their rubber stamping and all their wonderful things that they decide to do.
It's just it's like this all over the United States. A child amendment's going into the system, and it's disgusting. Justin, thank you for that. The Ohio River, he says, is the dividing line, Becca.
Okay, sure.
So was Ohio the center of the United States too, Becca? Did we figure that one
No,
out?
it was not, Darren.
It was not. Does anybody out there care to? You know what sucks, Becca, is we don't have it on the portrait version, which means we're going to have less viewers. Not that having you guys here is perfect, but we don't have.
See if I
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Can they be added? That's the question.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I did it the other day. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't do it the other day.
Let's see here. This one.
But-
There we go. That's that one. Maybe. Go.
The ones that are not on it, it allows you to do it. But
I know.
while Becca is playing with the computer, a shout out to all you guys. We got Canton House in here. We got Real News.
Oh, it's
Canton
not
House.
available while we're live.
Right, we can't switch it while
The orientation change is not available
we're
while
actually
we're
live. So I
No.
apologize. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I messed it up. I got to pay more attention to that when I come in. My bad. What did you think of my No Kings Punisher? The No Kings.
I liked it.
Yeah, that's good, right? That's good. While we're doing this here, let's give a shout out to our boys because we gave one to Justin. But let's. I know who you are, Chris. I know dang well who it is. Let's see here. Just to. I need to really categorize these things here. These songs. Oh yeah. So just so you guys have it.
Yeah.
You will.
Cotton
Little
Hall
shout
of
out to you
Shame.
guys.
Justin Nicely in the building. Single father, standing tall. They gonna know who I am
Yeah.
now. 2025, a year of reckoning. I was gonna stay quiet, but then they got corrupt.
This reminds me
I
of
was
because I
gonna
got
trust the
high.
system, but then they got corrupt. Now we exposing all the lies, and I know why. Cause they got corrupt. Cause they got corrupt. Cause they got corrupt.
cause they got corrupt.
All right. That's the Chant Harrison song that I just
I was gonna say
you
my
guys
piece,
didn't get
but
to
then they got corrupt. They shut down public comment. Now the people's voices hushed. They got to say their narrative, but we couldn't say ours. And
I have a continue for you. We will gladly do that for you. Because we love to promote and to Jesus Almighty. Just trying to do a show here, that's all. And people
Guess you got
don't
to see
stop
Struggle
calling.
Jennings last night. Chris got to see Struggle
Oh,
Jennings
really?
last night.
Who is
Chris
it?
did.
Oh, very nice. Chris, did you get to see? Did you tell him that? No. Did you tell him that? Did you tell him that we were seeking him, and how long I was promoting his music before we figured out this? We can make our own music machines. But Becca, I was thinking maybe we could. Yeah, he is the shit. But what I was thinking is this: is maybe we can hit the big screen for a minute and let's see what's going on TikTok for a minute. What do you think? You want to scan around some videos and see what we see over there?
Sure.
Let's get some news out. Let's see what is some news. Let's see what some freaks are calling for. And always, if you guys have stories or you guys have things that need to be said, please do so in the comments to the side. We will read them. We will take care of them. We'll do all kinds of things that we got to do to get your comments out there.
Oh, we should play that video last night that I was. Let me see if I can find it on Facebook. I was watching this video last night, and it was about federal judges. It was actually 2 federal judges that were literally stating that the these lower courts are completely destroying the judiciary.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was listening to it, and I watched it. I watched the whole thing, and it was crazy. But it was, one of them was a retired federal judge, and the other one, she still sits on the bench. And actually, her son was murdered while she was sitting on the bench. An attorney showed up at her house, came in to kill her, and ended up killing her son. And she still sits on the bench.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Mr. Ewing last night, and okay, let's do that up here.
Jesus.
Holy smokes!
Let's see if I can find it. Where do I go? Help and support. No.
Something like this.
Recent. No. Where do I go? Recent activity. I want recent activity. Setting. Content. No.
All right, sorry about that. So yeah, was that what you were saying?
God of Law's here.
Oh, God of Law in the house. Well, you know what
Chris
that means.
said
That means
that to reach out to him after the show. He has a meeting with him October 17th.
who has a meeting with who?
Chris has a meeting with Struggle Jennings.
Oh, very nice. That's exciting. Chris, I think I should be your tag along for that meeting. So if you need any sort of person that can keep his things together while he's visiting and learning and meeting with Struggle Jennings, I could be your man. That's just just putting that out in the universe. And if you need somebody to attend that with you, then please, you know how to get in touch with me. You have the hotline number.
He said he literally was going to
Right.
call you. That's why he said reach out. Genius.
No, that's a her. That's Chris.
Oh,
Chris, and
that's why she said.
this right
He
here,
said.
God of Law.
Title 4 destroyer, child support destroyer.
Read it now.
Watch the fraud abort.
Hotep brothers rise. Knowledge is the weapon. The
Got a law
contract
right
is
there.
void.
Right there, guys.
Step into the chamber of truth.
Title 4
The
Smasher.
destroyer has been deployed.
Destroyer.
I am the Title 4 destroyer. Child support destroyer. Amen, Osiris, God of law.
There, so if you
Your
guys have
40 case
problems with child support, things along those lines, he is the one that you guys need to get in touch with. God of Law. He's got a YouTube channel. He's on board with us because he's got an internet wife. And he's with us also. Yeah, I love you too, man. You guys know, let me get you guys this. I'll put him on here in the backdrop here. So you guys, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about here, he's been a little bit under the weather because we're all, we can't have battle this much and this often and not get a little bit nicked up. And I believe that he had a leg injury or some sort on his last combat mission. So he's been kind of taking it easy, having
He had a surgery, I think.
probably having a
he said.
Percocet pop or something. I don't know. Yeah, he right.
I think so. Poor guy.
Yeah, so he's just better. So please put him in your prayers because we need to get him back on this battlefield fighting hard.
God, they're
I
good.
thought I had a picture of him, but I'll be damned if I don't. I must have. Well, I'm not going to say I'm moving it. Well, I mean,
He misplaced it.
Did someone been in my pictures?
I have not touched nothing.
We know certain people do.
I know certain people do,
Okay.
but it's not me. Because I don't even get on
Yeah,
here
what
unless you're on here.
Oh, now it's one of those. If I'm not present, you're not present.
That's right.
Oh, I see. I guess it's a good, safe way to. Oh, here we go. Here's a picture of him. It's not the one I was looking for, but let me take us down for a minute. Everybody can clearly see who I'm speaking.
What do you?
I lied. Sorry. All right.
Getting
Well, while Becky's
age.
looking for that video, I'm going to go ahead and play this one here.
Judges.
I'm really upset about the pictures of Osiris not being on my list here.
I thought I shared it, but I guess I didn't.
Wow, weird.
Makes me
All right,
angry.
guys, check out this video. I was going to wait and just kind of talk through this, but I'm not going to because I just saw this video come up, and this is pretty impressive. Maybe not. I'm interested in hearing what this lady has to say, to be honest. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the CPS. This is not the right place for me to be in. Let's go to the CPS Breaking Movies. It's shared screen, not local screen, Darren. And let's hear what this lady has to say.
Case is still not moving. Stay right there because there's something that nobody's telling you. So here's what most parents don't realize. The court is not just looking at whether you completed your services. They're looking for whether you can demonstrate that something actually changed. There's a difference between checking the boxes or jumping through hoops and showing transformation. If your caseworker's reports aren't reflecting your progress or your attorney isn't presenting it effectively, the court may not be seeing what you're actually doing. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, are you documenting everything? Not just certificates like your attitude at visits, your communication with your caseworker, your housing, your employment, your consistency, like all of it, all of the details. Second, what does your caseworker's report actually say about you? What are they reporting? Have they told you what they're reporting? Have you asked? Because what's in that report is what the judge is reading. You need to know what the narrative is being presented about you in that courtroom. So third, is your attorney like advocating for you or are they just showing up? Because there's a difference and you're allowed to have a conversation with them. So I made a free resource called Know Your Rights.
Huh. Well, hold on a minute. Before we even go any further than that, Becca,
What? Yes.
do you know what we have that we're going to show everybody instead of right here?
The CPS Punisher app?
Yeah. So while everybody else is out there talking and trying to recreate this thing, it is right here. Right here. This thing has more tools in it than God himself. Take a look. Look at all of the stuff. These are all tools that are involved in this this weapon that we have here, the CPS Punisher app. You start by creating your case. You put your case up here. You move down. You insert some documents. I don't have a case selected right now, so it's not on that. It's got the case memory, so it remembers everything, unlike other AI. It'll list your violations here. It'll make a timeline. Once you select, again, it's all based on you selecting your case. Let's just say, let's do me. All right, so I've got, this is my case overview file. I've got 0 violations. And let's use a different one. Let's do, okay, we'll do this guy here. All right, this one here, we have 19 violations, 1 event, 5 documents. So what you guys will see here is your documents. It will be ready to export documents that you need. It'll design some court papers with you there. Right here is where you'll see what happened. So in your analysis will pop up here. It'll have your documents that you want to generate right there. There's a forensic analyzer, which will do your entire case for you, or it will do a single document. Which one? And inside of here, this thing's telling you that it's looking at select a document to analyze. You could go through your thing here. Let's say the order. Okay, run your forensic analyst. It's a 7-point. It's running your MOUs. Stipulations and contractual terms, void ab initio issues, welfare and trafficking indicators, structural legal issues, legal evidence matrix, and then the final assessment. So you have this stuff here, guys. It's got case notes, so you can select and insert case notes. See this, all the things that I've done and through here. AI puts all this stuff in there for you. The kid's first protective order followed by blah, 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 blah. So this is with your AI chat. So if I've done AI chat with things, all of those conversations are saved right in here. That's good stuff. Your memory, when I needed to add steps or whatever, like right here, this is like your own personal little notebook for your legal terminology, the things that have happened to you, so on and so forth. Man, this is a great app, I'll tell you. Your violations, it'll list all the violations that you find in here in one of your cases. It could be a caseworker misconduct. It could be ADA Title III violation. It could be a procedural violation. It could be any type of violation that we're looking for. They're here. It'll create the timeline with you. So when you put in your documents, it will draw the timelines off. Evidence, we don't have any yet. We haven't added any. Evidence checklists. Here you go. This is what the courts, this is what we say you need for a bountiful evidence checklist. Visitation log, right here. You add your visits in, you log a visit, boom, right here. How was it? Happy, sad, mad, glad, puking, whatever. Put all your information in there. It logs it for you. Court hearings, also same system. Insert it here, add hearing, boom, month, day, time, judge, how it went that day. That's it. And then you just let this thing go to work, and it does so much more than meets the eyes. So please, guys, if you're out here and you're needing some help, www.thecpspunisher.com, and we're trying to get this thing up on the and look at, there's so much more here, guys. I don't want to waste all your time going through this. ADA compliance right here, boom, all the ADA stuff. Once it looks through your cases, find out what the federal ADA laws are, what's going on in your states, Ohio, right here, state statutes, best interest factors, list on this. Know your rights. Here you go. Quick little flashcard of constitutional rights during CPS investigations, what you need to know. After removal or court involvement. Boom. So, I mean, there is just tons of stuff here, guys, that it'll leave your jaw dropped. No bit of a lie. So, this. Right there. Kids service. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I think that's pretty good. The rest of it, you guys should check out, find out for yourselves what's on here. It is all good, amazing information that will help you get
So be the
to
biggest
where
surge
you need
against
to be.
child traffickers ever in history.
What you got?
This
Becca's.
is right after freaking. This is
Rescue children
Josh
who are
Hawley.
trapped in sex trafficking.
But-
They would also coordinate federal, state, and local law enforcement so they together can go and rescue these kids. Every second counts, every second. So getting this done right now, getting it to the president, it's going to save lives. So be the biggest surge against child traffickers ever in the history of the federal government. 200 new cops
Wow.
to go after child traffickers and to go rescue children who are trapped in sex trafficking. It would also coordinate federal, state, and local law enforcement
Josh
so they
Hawley.
together can go and rescue these kids. Every second counts, every second. So getting this done right now, getting it to the president, it's going to save lives. So be the biggest surge.
That
What
was
you got?
I don't know. It's something that he brought before Congress. I would
Beautiful, Bill.
something, but I was still looking for that video. But I was going through my the videos I'd watched, but it's not on here because I didn't watch it on Facebook. I actually clicked a link and it sent me to it. Oh, the freaking! I can't find it. But what's this? Chris said that she knew what video I was talking about because that was an interesting video, for sure. And of course, I can't find it. Judges meeting
Sorry
or
about
judges
this.
interview. Let me look. I'm gonna see if I can find it on Google. Interview with. I don't know who it was with, but. I don't know. No. No.
Special law.
Federal judges, dummy. He
You
brings up
can't figure it
Aaron
out.
Judge.
Is anybody out there that's watching us want to hop in here for a quick 5-minute segment of giving us some updates on the news? I'll put the link here in the box. Please feel free, jump in the box. No more than 5 minutes, so guys, unless we decide that you're good enough and worthy enough to stay with us for the duration here, which all of you are. Of course, we love each and every one of you. As always, this is a family place here. This is not.
Oh, I found it. I found it. Hold on. It's on YouTube.
That's
It's on NBC News.
That's got it.
Thousands of homeowners in Ohio are switching from gas.
Let me
to
see
a
if I
heat
can
pump
send you
system.
the
Here's
link.
why. These
Shoot.
new all-electric
Yeah.
climate heat.
Welcome back. We're turning now to the latest.
Okay.
Well, while Becca's sending me the link, let's.
I'm just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights. It can make all the difference.
I sent you, Darren.
And we're back. Hey, Becca. All right. I did put the link up there, right?
No.
Becca, you got the video? Did you send it to me in the
I
private
sent
chat?
it to you.
Okay,
Sent it to you
here's
on
the link.
Messenger.
Okay, here's the link for the box, guys. If you want to come in and join the box, get it over the box. Oh, Justin gave us the new fresh news stories of today. Let's see here. Becca sent me the video right here. Judges call out rising acts of violence against. Sounds like there's a tank outside.
Maybe there is.
There's a good chance. Okay, guys, is there no sound with this, Becca?
No, it should be.
Okay.
You gotta share your screen.
Here.
Is it not working? What are you tripping on?
Is on, Becca?
This installment of our
Huh?
Is it playing?
No. I played it on my phone.
Series where we speak to leaders
No.
working across the aisle to solve some of the nation's most pressing
Right, you should
issues.
stop playing
Our
on your phone.
colleague Gary
It's very
Grunbach
loud
sat
over
down
here.
with 2 federal judges.
What?
Yes, exactly what. Stop playing it on your phone. It's very loud. Let's make this work. And while we're making this work, let's pull in, who was it, Justin?
No,
Oh,
it
it's-
was Henry that showed up.
Oh, Mr. Martaccio! Okay, sweet. We got updates there. Hold on to bring in Martaccio. Let's
What is going on? I just
says
put him
we're
on,
back.
but here we go.
Hold on.
You guys
There's
there?
there's Henry. Yeah. Here you go, Henry.
There's- you guys there?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Henry.
Boy, take a few weeks off from medical rights and I get my show taken over, huh?
That's right.
How you guys doing?
Yo, this is for the fighters on equal.
Peachy.
All right, Henry. How about you? How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, you have no idea. Oh, the hell. We're going to have some stories next week for you guys, big time.
You look like you're floating in the clouds, Henry.
I'm in the dark, kind of.
You have no shirt on.
I got no shirt on.
Oh my
I don't
God.
get it. I'm in bed, you know. I got
Darren and I was just talking about show etiquette.
You guys just know I went through
Supposed to
6
take
weeks
his
of
picture
hell.
off.
I went through 6 weeks of hell. The doctors saying I had a sciatica problem, but it ended up turning into a blood clot, and they were going for the nuclear weapon and begged them to try to first, use the blood clot medicine for a longer period of time. So they shoved the wire down my leg. The shit oozed everywhere. The whole left leg, my cajoons, everything turned black. It's crazy. I'm numb in my foot. I'm numb in my leg. I don't know. It's just, but they say I got a pulse now in my toe. So that's all that matters.
Oh, that's great, Henry. That's free.
And really, seriously, this is where it comes back to, not only do you guys got to question the courts, you also got to question your medical providers.
Yeah.
Seriously, it sucks today.
I don't trust nobody. I don't trust none of them. Nope.
No, you can't, Becca.
No, my dad, I had a doctor tell him he fell. They said that there was nothing wrong.
I don't care. Thank
He
you.
had it ended up being his knee. His tendon was tore off the back of his knee.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Wow. Well, it ended up being, I believe, and the doctors won't admit it, but I wear a knee brace. It's called an offload because I have no knee. And they're claiming that the straps might have done what the damage was done.
Nice.
So me locking it in so it doesn't slide down, and then sitting at the desk for a 16-hour marathon doing research, for the briefs for my federal removal, guys. It's still there. I just got to finish it. Just slammed me. I'm sorry, but guys, I believe I got a path for us. And Darren was speaking earlier, yeah, I want to clarify his app does cover Title III, which is going to be any subcontractor of the court or your attorney. They have an affirmative obligation. You can look up the Louisiana settlement agreement, I think 2014, with their Supreme Court mandating the bar to become compliant. Look up your settlement agreements. I continue to tell you that. But I've been listening to shows, and it's like, Beck, a lot of these people are being targeted because they have disabilities. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's all hidden, and this is what makes us so beautiful as a human race. There's powerful, and then there's weaker, and then there's in between. And what we seem to be seeing is, obviously they leave the rich and elite alone. They can eat their damn children, and nobody's not going to say anything. But if you're not buying the right pair of Nikes for your kid, or not supporting them in their lifestyle that they choose at a young age, which they have no choice to choose, it's amazing how they just want to target, for the Title IV. And if Cyrus is still listening, I really wish you'd jump on that Title IV doctrine that he said he was working on, or a what was it, legal maxim that he was trying to put together for Tiffany. I think that was back in March, and I get that he's had problems. I've got medical problems, and but guys, I even went as far as putting a stay because I was headed to the emergency room, and they continued on. They violated my due process rights, which I believe is 73. You want to look up the Bodie case, but that's again where Washington State determined the Bodie and the ADA reinforces the mandates for your rights for effective communications with all. That means present in the court. That means everyone having not speaking legal jargon around you, and really hearing your side of the story. And if that takes an investigation, then they must do the investigation. And the biggest power we have is again through the designated responsible employee, 28 CFR 35.107, is to file a complaint of discrimination by a state actor or state player. And I believe that includes judges, because to this day, I cannot understand how they've given themselves immunity and all has allowed it to happen. And, if you go back to history, it's crazy.
The federal judges are different than these family court judges. So the family court judges are essentially ALJs. Then it literally even talks about it in that interview that I was trying to get Darren to frickin'
Yeah,
play.
that's what I started on with you guys, and again, then we jumped off bases and went to the app, and yeah, I would definitely like to see that. If you could send that link to me, Becca, that'd be great, because I wouldn't mind taking a look at that, because I will even use it. And again, I believe it's Justice Without Limits or something like that out of Michigan. They have a federal judge that talks about the ADA and the imperative of it. And people seem to be a little confused too out there, because I'm hearing stories of people are making their way on the ADA of 2008. The ADA of 2008 was just no more than another hard deadline. That's all it really was. And again, you look at the technical assistance for website assistance, and the feds have ruled again, we should be compliant in every state. And again, what you're seeing is no, they want to give you an accommodation. They want to ask you what effective tools you need with your disability that you're being told that you may or may not have as you walk into a courtroom by a non-medical entity. And again, you want to know what modifications they would be willing to give you for that particular disability. And they don't hand a list. I mean, after 35 years, you would think that, and again, how many millions of years has humans been raising kids? You would think that they would have the basic baseline of what's needed to have a successful, child not be best interest of any harm's way. Can we glorify that and say that's the truth? I don't think so. because we all have our own different views of society. And again, I would have no problems if I had a typical child and letting him rip on a quad at a young age. You know what I mean? Where somebody else will be like, "Oh no, Johnny's got to be protected, and they got to take piano lessons and wear pink tutus." It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And again, we have our own lifestyles, even with different parts of the country. Who's tougher? I mean, I don't know. I always thought the Canadian, when I was growing up, the Canadian farm boys that I knew, being up in Canada visiting, man, they were some tough freaking guys. And just because you had to, you're on the edge of the wilderness, versus somebody who's forced to live in a city that's nothing more than asphalt and concrete. How the hell do these kids even use their minds? So how is it even the best interest to even have cities?
Yeah, there's I literally cannot believe that. I know people have been talking about getting their, not to get off topic, but people have been getting their case files, right? And people were having issues with getting them. I actually requested mine from my juvenile court. And I was surprised. They didn't fight me on it. It took them about a month to get it all together. But I had to send them like 3 different notices telling them like, hey, you're taking too long. Come on now, guys.
Well, like last night's story, somebody called me and was catching up because I haven't talked to her in a while. And we talked about a lot of things. We really felt we had something with the Trump team, but now we're starting to wonder, and we're hearing signs that they're looking at doubling down on the whole system. Not really investigating or making it more complicated or swinging the money from the systems to the family as the original Social Security Title IV, 1935 purpose says. It's to keep the family intact, not to be at bonuses to break apart a family. And I get you're going to have situations where we need less than 1% of these workforce that's actually doing what they're doing. But there's better ways, and I don't know. So, but what's sad is I haven't talked to my good friend Darren in a long time, and he totally disappeared on us.
Yeah, he had something he had to go do real quick. I don't know where he went, but but like I'm always big about the stipulations and stuff. And and I couldn't remember myself and I if they even talked about it. I mean, essentially in the in my case, like my CPS case from 2021. And I got to looking last night, and because I have a program on my computer that will transcribe audio. So
yep. Any Microsoft Word program will do it. They'll take an MP3, and then you can get an app for videos. You can actually have videos.
I just do it through command prompt because I have it downloaded on my computer. So I just do it through command prompt.
Oh, cool.
And it just translates it for me. And it translated it for me. And this was like my first hearing. And it literally says, this is the CPS attorney talking. The state would move to dismiss the neglect and abuse allegations in exchange for a stipulation to dependency. As to the paragraphs that were mentioned to be redacted from the complaint. There's no objection from the state with regards to those. Those were sort of referent information and historical allegations that were made that this agency is not able to testify to directly. So my attorney said, okay, they had no evidence. They couldn't even testify to it directly because they had no knowledge of it. But yet my attorney decided he was going to agree that all of these other things were true. And I'm like, this woman literally just said that they had no evidence. None. They couldn't even testify to it. So how can you do something? And literally that stipulation is the essential. I mean, that right there is the essential. And I mean, it even proves like in the whole record, it even says like, I agreed. Yeah, I did agree because I was told before the court hearing, if the judge asked, just say yes.
Well, not only that, I was told don't make the judge pissed off. And when the lawyer tells you that, to go piss the judge off.
And I'm saying, you know, but at that time I was stupid, you know, so I was stupid to the law,
Right. There's
how
a
it
plan.
worked.
There's a plan, Becca. And again, if you're not a people's person, right, and then let's just say you got a typical IQ of 85, you know, which is not stupid and it's not intelligent, you know what I mean? You're a common person. And again, they can just attack you because, you know, you're gullible. And again, this is where it's just, you know, you're not able to read the crowd and read what people's intent are truly evil to do to you. And what they're doing is creating the record that again allows it to reaffirm, like Chris said earlier, it's all about discretion.
Yeah.
And again, that word's got to go. And what I'm having a hard time with right now, guys, is probate court. And it's sort of like juvenile court, if you never had the pleasure, because in Connecticut, we do terminate rights in probate court too. And again, probate will end up calling up the DCF to do the investigation. So again, anytime you guys are even in these family courts, demand investigations, demand that these people are compliant with your rights.
That's the problem, though, is that these public defenders, see, that's the problem. Because, okay, so I
that's where
wait.
No, it's not the problem. Is what we do is we let them do it to us. And then at the 10th day, we do not do a federal removal and ask the federal government to do an oversight where, again, they're not getting involved in the matter, but they are ensuring that the disabled are not being discriminated against in program services and activities to ensure program success as if you had no disability. Because what we're seeing is the attack on people for having disabilities. And again, it could be anything from, I don't want to pick on some people, but again, it's just, you know, you got to wake up and start seeing the writing on the wall and start defending yourself. And
that's the thing, is that's what people are not understanding. Like, your attorney speaks for you. So when you get into court, you don't speak. Okay.
Right.
That's a problem, because essentially I can even recall what had happened that day, essentially. So when I got there early to court, okay, I got there early. I watched my attorney and CPS's attorney come up on the elevator, walk. They disappeared. Don't know where they went. They went and checked in with the clerk. They disappeared. And then all of a sudden, my attorney comes out and is like, hey, come back here with me. We'll go talk in the conference room. So we went to talk in the conference room. No big deal. He opens the door for me. I sit down. He sits across from me. He says, okay, kid. So this is what they're going to do. This is what's going to happen. They're going to find your kids dependent. I sat there and I'm like, well, what does that mean? As I'm saying this over the loudspeaker, the clerk's like, parties for Soto report to courtroom 2. So he's like, oh, that's us. So he gets up and he walks out the door. And as he's walking out the door, I'm like, so what does that mean? Like, what does that mean for my kids? What does that mean for me? He's like, it's not a big deal. He says, it's not a big deal. He says, dependency, the definition of dependency is so broad that you could fart wrong and your kids would be considered dependent. Oh, and if and when the judge asks, you just say yes. Okay, that's all that was even said to me. There was no disclosure of my rights. There was no disclosure of CPS proving anything, because they essentially went before the court hearing. They talked, they set up their agreement.
Yeah.
They had their agreement already worked out without me being even privy to the conversation.
Right.
No, like that's illegal. That is ineffective assistance of counsel.
I've done a couple court watching, and again, was a TPR, and it was actually in Joseph W. case, which if you get the pleasure to read, you're going to find out in Anthony B. has been used, and they're claiming that DCF is not a program service or activity. Termination of parental rights is not a program service or activity. Fuck, it ain't. Once you took federal dollars, it makes it a service.
Mm-hmm. Like Chris
and
said
again,
here,
they had the whole secret court where the parents weren't even allowed while the judge, the GAL, and the attorneys are meeting on the record. How is that possible?
So here's the other thing too, is that like Chris said, the stipulation aspect is a major problem with these cases. Yep, that's the trap right there. That is a trap. And that's what I've been trying to tell people. That is the trap. And I have literally been trying to educate numerous people. I mean, hundreds of people. My stuff on Facebook has literally reached hundreds of thousands of views. It's like over 500,000 views. And like people are finally starting to get it. And I'm like, okay, guys, like Here, I literally have set up a school community so people can go in and learn on their own time. I mean, there's multiple lessons in there, everything, because people need to literally read it. They need to understand it because they're not understanding. And this is how parents are falling into these traps. And and I posted about it last night on Facebook, and everybody's like, then the information, because I asked, would you be willing to, if you could learn all this stuff, is $40 and an hour of your time worth it? Right? That was it. And I mean, you get all this information, and people were like, that information should be free. Do you know how much time I have spent, how much money I've spent researching and collecting all the data and getting all the information? Like, I don't think that $40 is essentially something that is gonna, be something that people couldn't afford, because I wanted to make it affordable for parents who essentially are, they're broke because they've spent thousands of dollars on an attorney and a lawyer for whatever purpose.
That they have also post-traumatic stress, so they're not going to be performing well at work. Then you're going to carry over to that they're going to have to take off so much time to be able to go to these services. Again, you're walking on the edge. So you're walking on the edge of your job, you're walking on the edge of your children, and everybody wants their child back right away, and they're willing to do anything with the system to get their child back. But I'm telling you, the
fact of the matter is,
the fastest way to do it is if you or your children have a disability, get federal oversight, get federal involvement. That's a 10-day removal. You're going to see when I'm done with my paperwork, I'm challenging the whole system because it is. Oh, did you guys hear New York has changed parents from parents to, I don't know. I just want to call it caregivers, but it ain't. It's combines or something like that. A generic name that you're not a parent. How the fuck you can fucking pass that?
Well, because
bullshit?
the Parents Patriot. So they've been given with the Parents Patriot, they've essentially been given the authority to become the best interest of the child. Well, that automatically takes that role away from the parents while the kids are in school, while they're doing, all that they need to do. And then that's how they have their power. Yeah, they have police powers. CPS does. They do, but they also have to have jurisdiction. So, I mean, they're always going to have subject matter jurisdiction because they have the right to, determine if your child is abused, neglected, or dependent. But personal jurisdiction is a little bit different. So, I mean, and essentially the school community I have literally created talks about that too. I went from the beginning. I went from the beginning. I mean, I went as far as determining where you live, like your municipality, like if you live in a municipality or a town, because people don't realize that there's a difference and their powers are different. And
I just got challenged on that. I just had a lien illegally while I was in the hospital. The hearing took place, and even though I've requested a stay through the ADA, gave medical documentation, medical orders, they continue to carry on. So if anyone's got any good case law in their state about that one, send it my way. Don't get me wrong, I've broke apart some stuff, but I cannot find it in the Bible. And it's, again, in regards to civil matters, where I get criminal matters might be a little different, but I would still think if Bodie says you have that constitutional right to be heard and be present at all times, then again, why is this applying to DCF and probate and at all times? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I got a hell of a battle this week, guys. Hopefully we'll be able to vent it by next weekend. I was supposed to have the probate trap, which we got to keep an eye on this. I keep on saying this all blends together. We need, because again, there's probates usually take the elderly and disabled rights and then termination rights. Probate doesn't hear nothing. Yeah, when they get you in there, they'll take apart your estate. Just like I heard a story yesterday that an aunt passed away, and they got 3 JLs on the case now, trying to go through all the financial documentation because of the shitload of money she had. And most of everything had beneficiaries already named, but they found one or two things. So now they're going to go ahead and try to and it ain't like it's chump change. So they're trying to plummet the whole estate as much as they can. It's just disgusting in Connecticut. And again, you know,
what are they trying to steal their land?
I don't know the full story on the land. I think it's more stock. Like we're talking Ma Bell days. She bought during Ma Bell days. The lady was 92 years old. So, and she invested from day one. So just think about what if you actually own like Ma Bell or original Coca-Cola stock. It's insane what it would be worth. Because that thing is split, divided, you know what I mean? Been bought out, sold out, but the stock share is still valid and still good because you have the certificate.
And I do want to comment on Chris's comment earlier about where to go.
Yeah, Chris has been on fire tonight. Why doesn't she just come in? Because it looks like Darren's got me going here. Because again, I told Darren I wasn't really in the mood. I canceled earlier
about
again, like a probate, but. Now you
about
guys
the Illinois thing.
Torque out my mind a little bit, and it feels good. And I feel very clouded. So if I sound stupid to you guys, I apologize because I'm on crazy shit.
So, and essentially they, but I wanted to say something about Chris. Yeah, that Illinois representative. I literally right after when I found out about stipulations, I essentially watched like a week later. I saw that video from the Illinois senator is, and I was like, huh. I was like, see, so I'm not wrong. And I actually have talked to the people that are in that news broadcast, and I've talked to the parents from that actual broadcast, and they're still fighting it. They're still going through it to this day.
Huh.
Nice.
It's crazy. And again, I sent Darren, I think, a video clip. I didn't even know about the Virginia's governor there that not governor, lieutenant governor killed his wife during the middle of a divorce back in April. And geez. I think I sent Darren that link Monday or Tuesday when I got it and I found it. But again, guys, my mind's just so far out. I'm so pissed off, and that's what they're trying to do because obviously it affects my recovery ability. And I'm not supposed to have stress.
Yeah, Chris, I think I've talked to the dad.
I'm on serious freaking drugs, the freaking blood thinners and all this other crazy shit. Dude, they went even as far as testing me for diabetes inside the goddamn hospital. I says, what the hell are you doing? I'm not diabetic. You know?
Well, I mean, since you're there, Henry.
Oh, since I'm there. And again, don't forget, Henry, when you're leaving, we're going to give you a walker on your way out. And we fucking never even got that. I had to make a phone call to get the walker. Wow. So it's crazy, man. Thank God you got friends. You know what I mean?
You got friends in low places, Henry.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, my friend.
And for those of you that need a little bit of guidance or you need a Christmas present or a birthday present or something for someone, right here above our head is Stay Calm. CPS is coming. That's the official book of CPS Breaking News, authored by myself. It's get it on Amazon. And, if you get it on your Kindle, it's even cheaper. And if you're like a Kindle Premium member or whatever it is, Fire member,
I get it for free.
FREE. So, have you read it, Becca?
No.
Good.
Have you read it, Henry? No, sorry.
I have not.
This is my support. This is my support, guys. This is my support.
Sorry. We're horrible support people.
It's just they can't even lie, right?
Nope. Sorry.
I'm a horrible liar. I've told
Chris,
you.
did you read the book? Or did I send it to you at least? Did I send it to you, right? Didn't I send it to you?
I read one that Malibu Dallas wrote that's similar.
Chris, was the book on a scale of 1 to 10 in the CPS books that are out there? What would you label it?
2.5.
Motion detected at your front door.
Oh, shut up.
Man, I'll teach you.
2.5. Where'd you disappear to, Darren?
Oh, one of the cats was screaming outside. I don't know what the hell was going on. There's those koi dogs and shit here. I don't know what I'm going to do to a pack of coy dogs, but I'll go jump in between them for my cat.
Yeah.
Right, I will. Chris, come on. It's not that. There we go. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. A 10.
The only
Listen,
one rate. What's it rated on Amazon right now?
If it's about new information and you're new to this, you want to grab the latest and greatest stuff that we have. You know, even on our website there, we have some thoughts of the ADA and how to question your judge, how to question, and again, you design it towards yourself and question your attorneys and question everyone. You have to start doing this, guys. If anything I learned on this medical down trip, man, it's even worse than I thought. The whole system's collapsing and nobody gives a fuck. And again, I'm going to be vetting it out within the next couple of weeks, hopefully, on whether or not we think Trump is really going to do anything to break apart the system, or are they just going to double down on the funding?
Well, I mean, I'm starting to wonder if this is even the real Trump anymore.
Listen, I get there's a lot of shit on his plate, but if our children ain't fucking taken care of, and again, I'm not picking on the illegals, but they have a constitutional right to stay with their parents, even though their parents probably committed some serious crimes trying to get them into this country. You know what I mean?
Right. But our kids. Well, this is the problem, Henry.
Who the fuck marches their kids for 60 days with no money, no shelter, no nothing?
This is the freaking problem, is that we're not talking about the real issues here. We're not talking about, in CPS world, we're not talking about the average American Joe Schmo that is losing their kids every day for no reason. The fact that our government is going to these doorsteps, kidnapping children from their fine and flourishing homes that they live in.
Listen, it doesn't even have to be fine. It just has to be flourishable, right? It doesn't have to be fine. And that's what the problem is today is again, look at how some of these third world countries live. I mean, it's just garbage in the streets and trash everywhere. Again, and they came here, is that family bad? I don't think so. They wouldn't know the standards that we have for sanitize and clean. But again,
some of them countries feel like,
if your kid's got some fucking ass eating flesh disease because their shit always against their ass, you know what I mean? There's a problem here.
Well, that's what I was just trying to say. Some of them wipe their ass with their hands, right? So don't ever go to a buffet after them.
But again, I'm coming back to, let's just say a parent decided to let a baby run around with no fucking, not changing the diaper but once a day. You know what I mean? And again, the child would break out in some serious rashes.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And you untreat it. You kidding me? That's got to be the most painful thing in the world.
Yeah.
Darren, I do have a lady that does want to come on the podcast, and she wants to share her story, but essentially she also wants to possibly start her own podcast.
Yeah.
So I just want to make you aware that she wants to set up a time to speak with either me, you, us, I don't care, but to talk about coming on the podcast. So I just want to make you aware. But
well, Saturday nights are safe. I'm coming back. Don't give her my slip.
I'm giving her your slot.
You guys took me over tonight
right now,
big time.
Well, we had to do something.
It ain't like he was coming on anyways.
Didn't even play my music for me. I didn't even get
I sure as hell did, didn't I not, Becca? I played.
Yes, he did.
First game, I played for like the first 2 minutes, dude, when you were in here.
Were you? I don't know.
Yeah, Dumby.
Every time he's the one towing the line. Hammer and Hank, he fights for the weak.
Beautiful.
Hammer and Hank, there for you if you can't speak. Hammer and Hank is the eyes you don't have.
Well, Chris, that's not always. I mean, they make them high, but I jump through them. I beat them standards. I'll put it to them, stock it to them.
In the court, they do have
Classics back tomorrow, she says.
They don't treat you like
whatever happened to
Classic.
Oh, Classics back tomorrow, baby. Yeah.
We have difference in
Since she and I.
The law is made for us all. They don't.
Well, we got Gunner rock and rolling. Is he doing okay?
We are running on all cylinders.
To be calling. He puts it to an even feel.
How's Tiffany doing?
He fights for the weak.
Good.
Oh, swing that arm,
Everybody's
Karen.
still alive
You
down
know
there.
it makes you want to swing that arm.
Making sure you're not last. When you're a bit different, to phone you free. The playing field is equal. What do you bet? That
I just got to get my foot down for 5 minutes without slowing up, and then we're going to war. I mean, war like you've never seen a war. Deep war.
Henry, I just think you need to just take care of yourself and stop worrying about doing a show. Okay?
It's not about the show. It's about finally doing something and hammering it out. Just like I believe Gunner's got a new style to do on what he's doing for accountability. What I'm actually looking for, guys, is actually in regards to, do you know of any case law? I don't care what it is, but like, let's just say we have a person who falsely gets you away from your child and again harasses you and you know, it's family domestic violence. But I'm looking to flush some of that out some more in regards to the disabled when there is family domestic violence against the disabled. Does that make sense?
That's a tough one, Henry. That's pretty in-depth stuff right there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. And again, without getting too much into it, you know, again, it's what's happening in my life and what's being stolen from my child, and again, what has been
I
stolen.
think some more research would be effective.
But I'm just, again, it's part of the ongoing, I don't want to say parent alienation, but it is a form of alienation. It's a disabled alienation, sort of like legal abuse syndrome. If, again, people are not familiar with that, they really need to understand Dr. Karen Hoffer. And again, dig into it. It's another little good bit of advice if you're just getting into this war. But yeah, hopefully shit's going to be rocking and rolling soon.
It is. It's rocking and rolling out, buddy.
Well, we all thought that too a year ago. We were sitting here and we thought we were going to take it down with even dumbass Francesca Ramada. You know?
Now, you thought that you were going to take it down with dumbass.
Yeah, don't be
Don't
speaking
you-
on behalf of all.
I
of us.
was sitting
Be
there with
speaking on
my
behalf of
freaking
yourself.
my ears going because I was so pissed off because she stole my stuff, which is
I
fine.
I know. And you told me, and I confronted, and she danced it, and again, she just put me on the edge, and she took me
And
for
Henry
$3
fell
grand
for
for
the
3 pieces of
charlatan
paper
act.
that didn't even matter on the ADA. Did not matter.
And
We
Henry
have
fell for the
more on our
charlatan
website for technical guidance and assistance than she does.
Yep.
And again,
We have more knowledge than she does because she's dumb.
well, did you see the latest picture? Which again, guys, this is all I got. I got, you know, probably an hour or a half hour, then I get upset and just go back to sleep. Meds are doing it to me, and there's nothing I can do back. It
What are you
sucks.
talking about? The picture where she's scratching her boob?
No, her and her sister are headed to the White House. Are you fucking kidding me? I've already got on the inside. They know who you are. They know how you're saying how you're connected to Donald Trump and the whole 9 yards, and you've been already vetted. You're not going nowhere. Go do your hobnobbing fucking $3,000 dresses that I paid for. You know?
So
Henry, you could have sent me
so security's
$3,000.
going to stop him? Is that what you're saying, Henry?
Well, it's not that. It's they know who she is from what I've been told.
She literally paid herself $20,000 out of her own foundation.
Right. And again,
What are you talking about?
whether she's on the take two, I don't know. I can't figure that one out because we haven't been able to bust that one open. Still looking for an ethical hacker that knows how to find out financials.
I already gave that to you. I gave you that report.
No, her financials, like if she's working for the fucking CIA and you know what I mean?
You ain't gonna find that.
You know how they
It's
pay
hidden,
to pay freaking informants to detract?
I mean, there's ways you can. Hold on, I'll look into that.
Then too, I've been down and out. The whole Tanoa down fucking rumors that just really put me into the grave.
Well, there's another one.
Why you let
Oh
other
boy, I
people
heard
fucking-
some good dirt yesterday on this Tanoa. Good dirt on him.
It's crazy, man.
Well, I mean, but I'll tell you what, it's involving extortion.
What he does is in his personal time is nobody's fucking
Well, it
business.
does if he's extorting them.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, if he's asking people for money, okay, then yeah, and he's
Giving
essentially
false
telling them a
promises
lot.
and false hope, that's the worst. And again, I'm sitting here every day of my life begging for somebody to come and debate me, because that's the only way we're going to come to the truth of the law, because we're not educated inside of our classrooms to be understanding each state's policies and procedures. And this is where I believe the ADA groups it as a federal responsibility to ensure these programs are constitutional. And if you have disabilities, it does allow for this constitutional modification that leads back from the 504 to the Title VII. So again, it's so crazy. It's nuts. And yet they flagrantly just falsify records in False Claims Act, and nobody's going to do nothing about it. And you started off with, you had a good conversation with Mr. Lewis yesterday. You never dove into what it was about, but I mean, and that guy could be a powerhouse if he just knocks it down three knocks and said, you know what, we're part of a fucking, a bowl, and let's see what kind of salad that's going to knock them out. And
It'd be better if you just shut up and listen for 5
we
fucking
each bring
minutes.
to the table, and we look at it a different way, and that's the only way.
Listen, that guy's been in this for a while, and he's got, I mean, honestly, he's got more stake in this game than any of us do, because his daughter was killed in the system.
I get it. So you'd have a revenge, and I'd be helping anyone to make my revenge fucking come true.
And he is helping everybody. Like he says, man, the magnitude of the work that he's going to do is going to require so much that literally asking each parent $100 a month for 12 months to get your kids home isn't really that bad. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, it isn't.
No, it's not.
Like to know that you're represented, to like all this stuff, and
but you're not represented. That person, the parent still has to go to that courtroom and make the fucking argument. They have to understand it.
Yeah, because he can't represent them.
And so, imagine we do this.
Okay. Well, that's where it becomes okay. If you say to me, "Hey, Henry, $100 a month, and we're going to have 30 classes.
This going into it. That's the thing. It's not
we're
like
going to have 30 classes in regards to law directly applied to what we're talking about.
But he's not surprising everybody about this, man. Everybody knows that his customers knows that they're going in this to fight this themselves.
I mean, not that I have anything else important to do tonight, but I just felt I wasn't up to speed to keep up with an intellectual conversation with everyone. And, because again, I'm telling you guys, don't ever take gabapentin. That shit just fucked me up. And then
I'm allergic to it. I can't take it.
I feel fried. And I'm telling you, I even still feel like there's blood clot medicine, Buster, in my body as my body's trying to absorb the big black and blue, because that's where it all is. Inside of the big black and blue areas, and I don't know, but
there must be a monster parasite in there, just taking away all those black and blue stuff, huh?
I have a monster parasite.
Yeah.
No, I got monster fucking orange balls, brother.
Oh my God, Henry, shut up!
That's how big the boys are right now. They're like grapefruit.
Oh my God, you're disgusting,
Henry. Ladies and gentlemen. Move your children, please.
Hey, I use grapefruit.
Hey, Henry.
Grapefruit,
Henry.
right?
Henry. You can't compete with this, pal.
What's that?
Oh my God, Darren. I'm done
That's
with you guys.
Darren? Oh my God, you fucking homo. I didn't say my dick was big. I said my balls are big. They're all inflamed.
Oh my God.
All right, let's see what else.
Man, it was the most brutal shit I've ever been through in my life. I was expecting to wake up with 2 legs cut wide open because they were going to strip veins, and put it in the other leg. And I was like,
I literally had one of my kids' friends. Actually, it's somebody I've known for a long time. These kids that were in foster care, their grandma just died from having a surgery just like that. So watch your ass. Be careful. She bled out.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Like at home, bled out.
Listen, I was freaking, dude. I got an infection and the whole 9 yards. How do you get an infection? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like
from the hospital because you're dirty.
It's the whole place. They had a freaking 12 o'clock at night. They were having a freaking goddamn party in the goddamn hallway. A bunch of freaking caregivers and nurses, and somebody was it sounded like, and they were just talking and laughing. I finally just yelled, "Shut the fuck up! This is a hospital." You know what I mean? Are you kidding me?
Don't be a party pooper, Henry.
Well, it's
Yeah,
they
you're
have
such
no
a party
manners anymore. It's again, nobody has respect for others, and nobody wants to be courteous. There was a time you walked into a hospital, you were freaking, you know what I mean, proper in manner. You didn't
You were
scream
quiet.
and yell, and it's sort of like saying you're going to go to a funeral and freaking be the loud one in the crowd. No, you show some respect.
Right.
Mm-hmm. There is no such thing as that anymore with this younger generation. It's scary.
No. And my room happened to be right outside the main room that they went in to get all their supplies all night long and everything like that.
The supply closet.
Yeah, whatever. Medicine room or supply closet or
It's a supply closet.
what?
I was an STNA for 2 years.
Or it was their staff lounge. I don't know. Didn't make sense. But
Those are generally away from all the other people.
You sent me some news, and so did Justin. Let's see what we got here.
a lot of people are typing. I can't even read. I don't have glasses. I got you guys on my little PC. Normally, I have it on big TV so I can read.
Mm-hmm.
So apologize if I'm not answering questions.
Nobody's talking to you,
And
Henry.
nobody cares about me. You guys kicked me out. You see that? I'm old news. I leave for 2 months on medical leave, and you guys kicked me over. This is a lawsuit waiting to happen as if I was pregnant, right? This is
Oh God, here it goes.
I feel pregnant today, Becca.
You look
can I
pregnant.
say that? I just hey, I birthed a baby, a blood clot.
I had multiple ones in my lungs after I had my kid.
Really?
So, it happens.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I'm getting hungry. I'm eating nuts.
Oh,
on air.
Jesus. Don't be doing that.
Peanuts.
Lord
Peanuts.
Almighty.
Eh,
Honey roasted peanuts.
Yep.
from Walmart. Actually, that's
I'm
another
only
funny
wrong.
fucking thing. You know, I had to go to Walmart and do some food shopping online. I did it over at Stop and Shop, right? They charged me $5 to fucking pull food off the shelf. And you know what? It was 3
Duh.
specialty yogurts for Nate and some other like little, gluten-free, casein-free snacks for him that I have to get there. Specialty cheese. Them cocksuckers. The bill was still $100. I don't care. And you still charged me $5 to take the shit off the shelf, which probably, if I could walk, I would have walked to the store, but I couldn't.
Poor Henry.
I got fucked
That's what
so
you
bad
get.
in
It's called
every direction.
convenience fee. They usually call it a convenience fee.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Then my buddy says, well, why don't you just sign up for Peapods? Because I don't like the fucking bullshit, dude. I got to go to the grocery store, pick my own fucking vegetables.
Sign up for DoorDash or
Well, no, it's about DoorDash. They probably spit in your freaking food as they give it to you.
No, don't say that.
Of course they do.
don't say that shit, Henry.
Of course they do. Come on.
Only you would think about something like that.
Fuck yeah. I've seen enough restaurants.
Well,
that
maybe
work
you shouldn't be so
before,
rude to people then.
You know? But it's not even that. It's like you're able to tell the deli guy because like they're slicing my meat like a 1/4 inch thick. It's like who the hell eats freaking meat this thick?
I like that stuff thin.
Paper
thin,
thin, like shaved.
Like shaved.
You got it, Becky.
There you go.
Shaved. It's a nice fluffy sandwich because there's
Yeah.
this place called Franklin Giant Grinders in Hartford, Connecticut. And when I was a kid, man, I'm telling you, they had like 1.5 inches of freaking ham on it.
Oh no!
With sliced provolone cheese and peppers and shaved lettuce and a little olive oil. That's the best fucking grinders ever.
Who are you talking about, Chris?
What's Chris talking about?
She said, I can hear anything. You can't hear anything, you mean? I'm not muted. Maybe it's your phone, Deidre. She said, but he's acting like he's protecting families while destroying her entire family. I was just curious who Chris was talking about. And Darren did probably fall off the desk, yes.
He did. But who knows? counting?
He
Who's
did.
counting?
Darren fell asleep for a second.
When?
I'm so Italian. Oh boy.
He can't. You know, he has to stand up.
Yep. You can tell.
Can anybody else hear us? Is it only Deidre? I want to know if it's only Deidre.
I can hear both of you guys. I don't even know what the hell everyone's talking about.
I don't know either. Deidre said that there's no sound.
I don't know. I need 1 minute. I'll be right back. You guys entertain each other. I'll be right back.
We will be glad to entertain
Thanks
each
for
other.
covering my show tonight, Becca.
Yeah, you're welcome. I do your dirty work
I
for
know.
you. I don't have your email, Deidre. So not Deidre, Chris. I don't have your email. Do I, Darren?
Yes, we do. Remember, we do have Chris. Chris.
Okay, so Deidre, it must be you because everybody else can hear besides you.
Deidre, press the volume up button on your keyboard.
You'd be like me, like my dumbass did the other day. I was like, I can't hear nothing. Everybody else could hear. But yeah, my computer was muted.
Yep.
And I'm like, why can't I hear anything? That's because I had okay, she can hear us now. Good deal. Darren, drink some coffee. Lewis said.
What's that?
Lewis said drink some coffee.
Yes. Well, the thing is I'm reading something right down here, so I'm not really.
Oh, yep. If he's reading something, it's over.
Yep. All right. Henry, do you have any ADA updates for us?
Henry is not here right second.
Henry left.
Stop it. Did you hear?
I know, but I wanted to know that answer, but he left without telling us. I wanted to know new ADA stuff.
That Aura. Deidre, you like Aura? She's a B. She's a B. I hate her.
All right, I'm back.
Aura is a B.
Aura is a wonderful, wonderful lady. Oh.
No, she's not. Nuh-uh, not when she gets talk. She thought she wasn't on the show the other day when you got to talking to her. She wanted to be talking dirty.
All right. Here we go. Let's go back. Let's do a couple more TikToks. How about we do that for a minute? And then why
don't you play that video you were supposed to
why
play
don't you
of the judges?
do something else, Becca? Why can't you play it?
I mean, I can, but I don't know if my computer is going to not be stupid.
I'll take care of it, Becca.
Whatever, I got it. Don't worry about it. You were supposed to do it a while ago.
Remember
but,
we were trying to do it, it wasn't coming up?
No, you and your laziness.
Not lazy whatsoever.
Let's see here. You and you're falling behind on your skills. Okay. All I did was ask you to do one thing. Just play this video. I even gave you the link.
What was the one thing that you did?
What's wrong? Well, I tried to fix the thing, the portrait view. But
Keyboard is tried.
Well, that's your fault. I couldn't do it. Who's doing this? Copy.
What is that?
Oh, okay. Okay, Chris. I know who you are now. Okay, I do know. I'm just dumb. Forward copy. I need to copy it, but I don't know what the web. What is it called? It was called Judges Call Out Rising Acts of Violence.
Now, I'm very curious about this here, if this is going to be in reference to somebody that's near and dear to me.
What?
Is it near and dear to me? And you, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, it essentially talks about... It essentially talks about... Okay, here it is right here. Okay, let's see if I could share my screen. Share screen. No, there we go. Share. Doop. Be-doop. Can you see it, Darren?
Oh, it's up here, though. Hold on. I believe that this is it. No, that's the book. Let me get the book out of here. Hammer and Hank. Okay, remove the source. Okay, the book's gone. Yep, there she is, right there. Boom. Is that it? It was just there. this. Zoop, it's behind here. There she is, Baker.
There we go.
20-year-old son Daniel and killed, and her husband was critically injured by a self-proclaimed men's rights lawyer who was targeting her and her home in July 2020. Now, in the first half of this year, there have been 324 investigated threats against federal judges, according to the U.S. Marshals Service, the agency that is tasked with protecting federal judges. Last year, there were 564 recorded threats. Our legal affairs reporter, Gary Brunbach, joins me now. And Gary, tell us about this pair and the very meaningful conversation you had.
Yeah, these two have... Neil was swinging a wiffle ball bat, and he just said, "Keep talking to me, Mom. I love talking to you." And it was at that exact moment, Gary, that the doorbell rang. And my baby boy's face went from calm and serene to alarmed and concerned. And before I could get him to hold off, because Dad was upstairs, he just bolted up those stairs to meet his fate. And at that door was a disgruntled lawyer who had an intention of assassinating me. And my son, we know now from FBI debriefings, wasn't going to let that man in our house. And the FBI believed, because Daniel fell back with his arms in a cross position, the FBI pretty sure he blocked his entrance, and the guy shot him point blank, one shot in the chest. And then as my husband was turning the corner from the living room into the foyer, the gun just went, the shots went towards him. And Mark was trying to get at this guy and just kept getting hit, one shot after the other shot after the other shot. So 3 bullets hit 5 different parts of my husband's body. And Mark fought for his life that night and continued to fight for his life in the months that followed.
In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, did you think that individual was coming for you?
He wanted me. I was his intended target. And what he didn't expect, and what the FBI has used, that the term, he was met by superior forces. I'll never forget when the special agent in charge used that term, superior forces. And that was Danny, and that was my husband. He didn't expect that.
With what you've been through, how do you keep going? How do you put on the robe every day and walk into that courthouse in Newark and do your job?
Because when someone sacrifices their life for you, you don't squander yours. My son's ultimate act of love was taking that bullet. And I say that sometimes and I can't help but but when someone gives you a gift like life, you don't squander it. And that is one of the reasons I'm out here every day, just like Judge Jones is, right? Banging this drum that something awful is happening and we have to do something about it.
So, Judge Jones, you have not been immune to threats as well. There's several decisions going back decades that you made where you got threats, but then all the decisions I read somewhere that you were surprised you didn't get threats for. For example, a gay marriage-related decision you made. Where do you think the line is? Why do you think you got threats for some decisions but not others?
You know, there's no rhyme or reason to that, Gary. And the first thing I want to say is I'm awed by Judge Salas. I don't think that I would have it in me to carry on. Maybe I would, you know, under the circumstances that I feel so strongly about this issue is because I get inspiration from my friend Judge Salas. We need to talk about these things, and God bless her for, you know, doing that. But going back to your question, the frightening thing, you know, about the threat environment, and the U.S. Marshals will tell you this, is it's not that alerts you ahead of time, typically, that you're most afraid of. It's the person you heard from. It's the person that comes out of nowhere. And you know, the climate, it's one thing to public who sort of cleave to a particular policy, complain about judges and their decisions, vilify judges of the republic. But it's another thing, again, to issue what I think is a dog whistle, that very small portion, but perhaps powerful electorate that are unbalanced, that'll take up arms and hurt or kill somebody because they think in their twisted minds that they're doing the work of a benefactor, or getting some belief that they have.
How those threats impact you and your fellow former judges now?
So I mean, my colleagues, my former colleagues with whom I've retained great relationships with, feel like there's a target on their back. They just do, and so they're literally almost looking over their shoulder at this point when they're outside the courthouse.
And one of the things that I think so incredible, and I'm going to say it, and I think I've said before, but I'll be very explicit today. I think this is intentional by those individuals from the top down who are rolling out this negative PR campaign. I think it's very intentional. I don't think this is sort of them just speaking passion. This is an intentional act. What's the goal? Well, I'll tell you from my perspective. The first goal is they want to erode the public's confidence in the justice system. When you say something, Gary, is broken over and over and over again, and it's not, we're here to tell you it's not. We can look at opinions, we can look at a jury verdict that I presided over. Juries get it right. We have, in my opinion, the best legal system in the world. And I'm biased, but I believe it, right? But when you say it's broken, when you say that we're corrupt, when you say that we're rogue, when you say that we're monsters, when you say that we're engaging in legal insurrectionists, that we're legal insurrectionists, when you say all that, you are doing that for one reason, and that is to erode the public's confidence. But there's a more sinister reason, and I'm going to say it as Daniel's mom, I'm going to say it. The more sinister reason is when you call us monsters, and when you say we hate America, and you post that on a large social platform, and when you say it in front of the cameras day in and day out, and when it's written, and when people put up wanted posters, all of that, the secondary reason, from my opinion as Daniel's mom, is that if something happens to one of my brothers or sisters on the bench, they had it coming. You make us villains, you demonize us, and therefore we're not worth fighting for.
It's interesting. I see this president, and I have to get specific in this case, probably more than my colleague can, but when he refers to judges as his judges, as if he possesses those judges, judges are not his judges. Judges are emancipated once the Senate votes them in and their right hand goes up and they're sworn in. There's no greater evidence than that sort of my judges than the President of the United States, astonishingly to me, although perhaps not knowing this president, going to the Supreme Court of the United States and trying to stare down the Supreme Court. Gary, there's a reason that no president ever did that before, because it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be done. I thought it was one of the most outrageous acts of attempted intimidation. And then, of course, you see what happens when rulings or arguments go away that he doesn't respect. It is. He calls out his judges by name.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
On that point, how did we get to a point where the U.S. Marshal Service says this year alone there's been more than 300 threats that they're tracking against judges, federal judges, and thousands of nasty tweets online and posts online? How do we get here?
Because I think that our president on down have engaged in such irresponsible rhetoric that gives really the public and in particular sometimes the mentally vulnerable a green light to go ahead and come after us.
And it's not just Joe Smith on the street saying this, right? It is the president of the United States, and that makes an impact, right?
It's not just the president. In my view, I think we have a completely dormant United States Congress. We've talked about Article 2, Article 1, Article 2, the presidency, Article 1, the United States Congress. Where is the shame? Where are the voices? And by the way, there are members of Congress that can be at risk too. This is flashback, on them as well. And yet, I don't expect this president of the United States to say anything that's going to dial down the rhetoric. But shame on the members of Congress. Shame on the Speaker of the House.
And just on that note, I want to be very clear. I mean, we've seen attacks on our president. We've seen attacks on members of Congress, both on the right and left. I mean, this is an inability for us to agree to disagree.
Where do we go from here?
We need a national dialogue, and I think it has to start with thought leaders, with people who have a voice, who have a platform, whether they're in elected office or not, because judges are only going to be able to do so much. I think, if we don't do something at this point, people are real at risk, physical risk. This isn't just a risk to the institution in the third branch. It's a risk to people's very lives if we don't fix it.
It starts with how we treat each other at home and how we treat neighbors and strangers and everyone we come in contact. I mean, I think the return to love. I really do, and it's I've become a lot more of a spiritual individual since my son's murder, and it's one thing that keeps me going, and I think it starts at home, and we start more from ourselves and more from our leaders, and so I think it starts with a national dialogue, but I also think it starts right at the kitchen table.
Was so powerful.
Is it froze up or is it all done?
I guess that's it. I guess that froze up or something. I don't know where Becca
No,
went.
it's over. I'm right here.
It's over. But yeah.
What?
So
Yeah,
that has a lot to do with
Why am I not here?
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Because you're like, Becca's not here. Okay, yeah. But that was it. That was the interview. But it was
That's pretty much a plea for them to go to the next level and continue breaking our constitutional rights. And I feel for her son, but you know what? If a lawyer did that, you got to wonder what she did to the erroneous decision. As we all know, we can't seek remedy because we've all tried to seek remedy, and every time we've sought remedy, used by
But those
our
are federal
government.
judges. Federal judges don't touch family court.
Right, and that's the problem. They're not adhering to the constitutional rights of the family. And I know, people are going to be upset, but there was a time in this country where a man owned his children and his wife and his horses. How did that, get so far off basis where, okay, it shouldn't be just man, it should be man and woman own their children, horses, land, But now we don't even have the right to call ourselves parents anymore, according to New York.
Well, that's in New York. Let New York deal with
What
it.
am I, just a sperm donor
Yeah,
and a wallet?
that's right. That's all you're good for. That's all men are good for. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. No, I had an awesome dad, so this is why. That's right. That's right, Chris. That's why our constitutions need to be amended for sure, 100%. And a lot of it, like I'm gonna have to look up what Justin said about the Ohio bill, the 174, because he said there was good news on that, and that's kind of a little bit pressing. I mean, because that was essentially giving the judges more power in our state, at least. So I'm curious as to what that was about.
Well, guys.
Is it over? Is it time to go? Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm on medical leave. It's time for me to go to night.
Henry, it's almost past your bedtime anyways. You got 4 minutes.
Ah, shit. Let's have morning shows. I'll be up at 3 for 3. That's my new schedule. 3 to freaking 5. I'm up.
I'm going to play the song I made for Naylor to get out of here tonight. The song's pretty badass.
Oh, yay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tonight. Thanks for catching up on the news. Henry, Becca, thank you. We're out.
I'll see you guys next week. Equal and the Same will be back, and we're going to be strong as shit.
And don't forget, Classics on tomorrow night.
Bye, guys.
Good night, guys.
America's auditor, Florida born, truth sworn, tyrants in the crosshairs, we coming for you. No more fake laws, street justice, real law, land of the free, home of the brave. Where the real ones rise. Chris Naylor stepping up with that Deadpool disguise. Mask on tight, camera rolling, auditing the lies. CPS, cash for kids, schemes under welfare skies. Badges flashing, guns blazing, hot and hot codes and statues. Suppressing the people, tearing families. The fragments daily, they rip rights from my arsenal code and calculated constitution bleeding while the corporation celebrating. He feels the villains in the courtroom in the street. First Amendment hammer, knocking them off their feet. Florida fire burning in his veins like kerosene, exposing the machine, keeping it raw and mean. No more kid trafficking, dressed up as protection. America's auditor, bringing street justice, resurrection. We do the law, no more fake laws. Street justice rising, breaking tyrants' jaws. Rights getting stripped from our arsenal every day. Stand tall, fight back, take it all away. Land of the free, home of the brave, no more chains. CPS, Deadpool leading the charge through the flames. Good old boys united, corporation falling down. Real law coming, hear that southern rebel sound. Hiding behind desks with their iron in their lives. Twisting the statutes while the free man dies. From Florida back roads to the Capitol halls. Naylor on the hunt, answering freedom's cause. Corporate United States turning kids into profit. Sealing fates in the system, can't stop it, or can we? Auditors here with the lens and the creed. We the people waking up, planting that freedom seed. No more codes and fake laws, twisting the foundation. Common law rising, ending the damnation. Villains in uniform scatter when the spotlight hits. Street justice serve hot, no mercy, no quits. Florida thunder rolling, quest for the truth untamed. Renegade, reckoning, put the tyrants to shame. They fear the camera, they fear the raw exposed. America's rights, our shield, our blade, our way. What we gotta do? Film it all, stand your ground. Audit every office, burn their corruption down. Restore the republic, strip the corporate veil. Good old boys and patriots, let freedom prevail. From the swamps to the mountains, every town and hall. CPS, Deadpool, answering the freedom call. We do the law, no more fake laws. Street justice rising, breaking tyrants' jaws. Rights getting stripped from our arsenal every day. Stand tall, fight back, take it all away. Land of the free, home of the brave, no more chains. CPS, Deadpool leading the charge through the flames. Good old boys united, corporation falling down. Real law coming, hear that southern rebel sound. Deadpool auditor, southern reckoning call. Street justice forever. We